I have one question for you, Cristiano. Are you gonna join the lobby?
Oh, what?
Are you in game?
Oh my god.
I was like, mate, are you gonna cast? What's happening here? Are you just like jumping onto chat?
I'm
Like,
joining, I'm
what's?
joining, I'm joining.
You weren't
Okay,
even online. What are you
I just wanna
talking
make
about?
this. Okay, I'm just gonna make this statement. I'm not in drugs right now, okay? It's just me, my stupidity, okay?
Oh god.
I don't need alcohol to be like this, okay? I don't know if it's a blessing or not.
Like, do you know how casting works? It's like you have to be in the game. You know, you have to join the God damn it.
Oh man.
Shaking my head.
Okay, you know what? If I'm not on drugs, I think I'm gonna smoke some out of, just to be in the mood, to
Uh-huh.
justify my actions. It's not that I want to, but okay.
Uh-huh. Jesus Christ, Jesus. Also, something that I wanted to ask you about as well, because you were playing in today's tournament, mate. What happened versus Paco Mike?
Oh,
We can talk about
he
it
just
later.
killed me. Okay.
Okay.
So, representing in the bottom left corner, he's one of the best Peruvian Terrans. Well, I think he's the best. Perhaps
Ooh.
Chaos Fate could be a challenger? Of course he will be. But I love him. He's in the top of the world right now. So let's present from UPEV, Unidos por el Vicio, Tavo!
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, debuting for the very first time here on the CranKy Ducklings. It is the Bolivian Zerg player representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is RyoGin.
And yeah, I got killed by Paco Mike.
What happened in the PvP? What happened?
The first game, it was very close. I made a lot of rookie mistakes because I haven't been able to practice. I think I would have been able to win that game if I had more practice. I had such a huge advantage, but he demonstrated that he had better mechanics, so he won that game. And second game, it was just, I don't want to use a word that can describe the situation because it will be a very unpolite word that shouldn't be used in stream. So I'm just gonna say he won that game. And
Oh.
it was 2-0. It was 2-0.
Cannon rush? Cannon? Yeah?
No. It was one base against one base.
Oh, dirty.
And
Cinco
he got
Misa.
he got the better build. He got the better build, and he just
Ah.
killed me. It's sad. It was pure gamble that game, and I lost.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I was looking at the bracket and I'm like, ooh, Cristiano versus Paco Mike. Maybe Cristiano could do it. But yeah, it looks like Paco Mike moves on there. And maybe we'll be able to cast lower bracket later on, but of course we are focused on the upper bracket. The other big names down there are of course Paco Mike and Sinner. Sinner showed up and mate, yo, Sinner's like 6.2, 6.3 on NA, mate. Like, it's insane.
Oh yes, he's been playing like a madman, and it's like, I watch Sinner and then I watch Tao, and I'm like, these guys literally live the game. Like, they have to play, they have to practice, they have to show that they are the best. It's kind of like their performance in this scene, and I just love it. And hopefully I can see Sinner on the upper bracket, and perhaps even see him in the finals. He's a very good candidate for that.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's definitely someone that we're going to be looking at later on today in the brackets. But at the moment, we're here focusing on this TvZ. And so far, mate, Cristiano, what's going on? Like, RyoGin, standard.
No, it's not standard just yet. He always makes these types of play. You scout him, you're like, this is standard. Nothing wrong. All of the sudden, 2,000 roaches in your natural, and it's just like, what the heck? But unluckily for me, he's playing macros. Oh, look, roaches! I told you, roaches. He just loves that unit. You cannot see RyoGin without roaches. It's just insane.
Exactly, exactly. What's important is that the Roach Warren is hidden behind the natural base as well, so at the moment Tavo hasn't been able to scout it. He hasn't seen anything yet. And this can be scary, especially because I don't know if you watched game 1 of the Zerglord versus Tavo, but game 1, the Zerglord did go Roach Ravager, and he was able to take the first game off of Tavo.
It's a very strong build. Even Maru struggled against Zero and against Rogue when they both opted for this type of style where you go for a bunch of roaches with upgrades and you try to go for a max supply in before minute 9. It's just such an insane strategy that can make Terra and Bio players go nuts, you know. And let's see if Tavo's got the tools. At least he already got some intel about this strategy. He sees that there are not many drones, no creep spread, so something weird is going on. And I have a third base too, so I have to protect my economy. If I go too greedy, perhaps I'm gonna lose. That's why he's making 2 bunkers, because he cannot take this lightly.
Yeah, yeah. He did just check and he did see the transferring workers, so he actually cancels the bunkers.
Yeah.
But he
Good
was
decision.
yeah, he was being very safe because, as you said, like RyoGin, he has a reputation, you know, so he wants to be careful.
Yeah, he's got the reputation, and Tavo knows. Tavo knows. That's why he instantly made the bunkers. But once he saw the workers, he's like, "I got more time. If he's going for an all-in, I will have more time to defend. So I don't need those bunkers anymore. All I need is the pressure that's going to come from the banshees, and those are gonna be able to also scout the main and the natural. That's the main purpose, and hopefully get some damage."
Yeah, exactly. Like, the main base is going to at least see the lair, which does tell him something, I guess. We'll see if he gets into the natural, because that's where a lot of the information really lies. He dives straight in, does see the roaches coming out, does confirm that the Roach Warren is researching.
Oh, and the drones are getting murdered, and he's got to escape from with those banshees. But I'm pretty happy from Tao. He's already got 6 drones, which is the number that you're looking for. The queens are also being very exposed. He could have been able to kill those queens. And the Lynx, on the other hand, get in the main base. He's gonna be able to scout everything. He already knows it's bio, it's not mag, it's nothing strange. But he's gonna lose all the units at the same time, which is kind of bad. But look, Lynx now on the 3rd base. Man, he's on fire.
yeah. Despite going for roaches, it's the Lings of RyoGin that have been dealing a lot of damage here, going into the 3rd base, going into the main, getting that scout out, as you were saying. And oh my god, whoa, what is happening? We have an infestation pit on the way.
I think it was a misclick from Tavo. Did you see the scan?
Yeah.
It was exactly at the positioning of the minerals, and the Lynx are gonna get caught up in the middle of that fight. Unluckily, the Hellions now have complete control of the map, but Hellions are not good against roaches.
The queens!
So, oh my god! One of the queens... Oh, both queens get completely alive?
Tavo, please, he's a little bit distracted. He's focusing on these Hellions as he gets into the mirror line, and 14, 15, 16 drones go down.
Oh my god, 18 drones going down. He's gonna be able to play this so comfortable right now, because he knows that once he holds this attack, there will be no chance of RyoGin to ever transition in this game. This is completely an all-in. Tavo knows. Now he's on control.
He's on siege!
Survives.
He's on siege!
Oh no!
Tavo, please! The first tank goes down, the second one he's forced to pull the boys!
Oh, and the medic pack almost gets sniped, and the roaches are trying to kite and kill all the workers, but the tank already switched up, and the roaches are so weak, but at the same time, there are more coming.
Yeah, exactly. He's rallying across the map. 1-1 already finished for these roaches. Now is the timing to go in, and again, this tank is so exposed. We have plenty of Ravagers here to bile them down if RyoGin pushes in.
Oh my god, this is such a tense moment. This could be the final moments of one of both players. So now RyoGin already identifies that if he keeps pushing in, he's gonna lose the roaches. So now he's trying to make more Ravagers in order to snipe the tanks. That's the main purpose. He's gonna try to take out the gas, the supply, and try to scout where the heck are those siege tanks? I gotta kill them.
Exactly, in a bold move by Tavo. He actually goes for a double jump across the map. Even though he had Roach Ravager in his face, he's going for it. He's going for the hatchery.
Yeah, and I think it's a good decision. Look, 3 tanks already defending the third. RyoGin's window is already have already disappeared. Roaches are starting to die from this drop. The fourth base gets killed.
Oh my
and
god.
I think we are starting to look at the last moments of our beautiful Bolivian Zerg.
Yeah, like this double drop is dealing so much damage. Not just the base, but also a bunch of queens. He forces the entire army to come back home, and the drop isn't even dealt with. He just goes back into the main base. Like there's just so much being done here, and now Tavo has plenty of room to breathe at home.
Yes, and there have been so many overlords killed in this game too. RyoGin's been struggling to get that max supply because of that, and the roaches now are gonna get caught up in the middle, and this is gonna be very bad for RyoGin. He needs to escape from this right now. Good corrosive vials in order to escape from those marines, but he's eager to fight, and Tavo doesn't care at all. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna follow you. Let's get some drones, let's get some roaches. He's going straight into the Ravagers, but unluckily it's not gonna be a good trade for Tavo. Nice micro from RyoGin, and he's gonna escape with just 3 medivacs.
Yeah, but he doesn't care because you know what? We have another drop here into the main base. 4 drones get picked off. Again, just keeping RyoGin busy, keeping him between his bases. And RyoGin, he just can't get another base up and running. He's still stuck 3 base versus 3 base. And Tavo now he's pushing out, not just with Bio, but also with his tanks.
Yeah, this advice is for all the Zerg and Terran players that are watching that perhaps they don't have much experience in the game. If the Terran player is at 3 bases and the Zerg player is also at 3 bases, the Terran is winning because he's got the mules. Mules are such an OP unit that look at the army supply of Tavo. It's simply much higher, and now both players are trying to trade their bases in order to see who's gonna get the more efficient trade.
Yeah, exactly. We're going full base trade mode right now. Meanwhile, the third base of RyoGin is going down. Tavo is going straight into the natural. We even have a drop here into the main base. So 2 bases already going down for RyoGin. Meanwhile, RyoGin gets into the main. He's trying to get on top of the production.
Oof, and he's doing a good job at getting on top of the production, but the tank is doing a lot of hard work, and unluckily those roaches, I don't see a good future for them.
Exactly, especially because Tavo, he's coming back home with the rest of his army. He knows that these roaches are trapped here in the main. There is no way out for them. Wow, Tavo even just lifts up as well, losing minimal amount of buildings. He's coming back home to win the game, mate.
Oh yeah, and he already knows he's got the advantage. All he needs to do is to kill this army. Once he's done this, he's gonna be able to walk across the map and get the final killing blow.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Tavo, he's taking his time. I'm a little bit... There we go. He's dropping his way into the main base.
Look! He's doing it on his face. He doesn't care at all. He knows that the Ravagers are still morphing. He's got the DPS to do it. RyoGin identifies the situation. He's like, you killed me. I gotta get out of this game. Let's go to the next one. Congratulations to Tavo. First game. What an epic game.
GG, well played. Nice scouting by Tavo. There were moments where things were getting scary for him. Let's be real here. Like RyoGin, like especially outside the third base, like catching all those tanks. I feel like maybe there was an opportunity for him to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive. But yeah, well, what a game.
He had a window. I completely agree with you. Unluckily, he was not able to identify that. And that's because he's trying to deal with many things at the same time. He's like, I just lost all my drones. If I go in attack, if I lose that army, I lose the game. I don't want to lose that army. Yeah. So you start to get more insecure, and insecurity transitions into anxiety, and anxiety transitions into what the heck am I supposed to do? And it affects your way of resolving problems in StarCraft. So I think that's what we saw, a complete psychological process there.
You're like, he just broke down mentally, mate, right in front of us. It's just all over the floor. It's just gone. Wow.
Yeah, for RyoGin. Those Hellions were key, man. Those Hellions and those benches too.
Definitely. Banshees could have done a little bit more. Again, I'm so surprised that those 2 queens survived. If you remember, like with such little.
I was like, man, those queens are already dead in front of my eyes. But no, Tavo, just let it. Okay, so representing at the bottom right corner with purple, one of my favorite colors, and also one of my favorite players. He is from Peru, Unidos por el Vicio, UPEP Tavo.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Bolivian Zerg player. He is blue, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is RyoGin.
Oh, man. I already feel so much tension between these two players because anything could happen. Anything. There could be a possible ace match. Tavo can just go up in the bracket. You just don't know. And as you saw in the last game, our friend RyoGin is like, oh, he's playing macro. All of the sudden, roaches. You have already you have already seen the truth. So I don't know what's gonna happen in this game, but I feel like it's gonna be more of the same from RyoGin because he never changes. Literally, like he can do the same build 7 times in a row, and I'm not exaggerating. Once upon a time, when I played StarCraft 2 months ago, he did that to me 7 times the same build order. I was like, what? Are you serious? Oh,
Did it work?
Only one time, which was the first time he did that to me. He murdered me. I was like, what the heck is this build? Then I watched the replay. I'm like, oh, this is such a bad build. But I know I can do something about it. He never won that game. He never won against me ever again with that build. But, the first time you see this player and you play against him, that's the thing. You don't know anything about him. So when you scout, you're like, oh, he's playing normal. Then 20 roaches in your main.
Yeah, I have to wonder. I have to wonder if that's what we're gonna see again from RyoGin. Personally, I hope so. Kind of like I feel like Lightshade is a bit of an easier map to pull off Roach Ravager, and maybe he can find some more success. At the same time, I also want to see what else he has to offer. Right? I want to see more than just Roach Ravager. Like, what other craziness can he throw out there in a TvZ?
Oh yeah. And the Reaper is doing a lot of hard work. He's doing a lot of lifting. He's gonna escape alive with just 7 hit points, and that's a nice Reaper. He already got 2 links, something that you don't always see, and he already has the factory up. I think Hellions are coming exactly in a 3rd base, the exact same build that we saw from last game. So let's see if our friend RyoGin goes for the same strat.
Yeah, like a fun fact, Tavo did the same opener every single game, even against the Zerg Lord. Just the same 3rd TC before Starport into 111 into 2 Banshees into Cloak. It just feels like maybe this is just what Chaos Fate like showed him and what they've been working on together for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a nice theory. I think it makes a lot of sense. Tavo is a player that works very hard on each build, so I think you hit the right nail. Now the command center from Tavo is starting to saturate. On the other hand, the Zerg player is already he already knows about the presence of these Hellions, so he's gonna try to defend this with a couple lanes, with a couple queens, and Banshee on the way from Tavo. We're looking at the exact same build.
That we are, and just like how Tavo was doing the same thing, RyoGin also has a Roach Warren behind this.
Oh wait, a minute 4. This is just another. It's kind of like a deja vu. I'm like, I have seen this already. Let's see if Tavo can once again hold the all-in, because last game was very close. And if RyoGin is able to defend the Hellion pressure, he's gonna have a much better chance, because losing 26 drones, it's hard for anybody.
Yeah, it's an almost unwinnable position, or it's so difficult to come back from that. So we'll see how that goes here for RyoGin. Meanwhile, he does go for those spores, so it's going to be a little bit harder for those Banshees to find some damage. All the Lynx trying to catch those Hellions, but so far they do miss. Oh no! The surround! Ooh.
Nice round, and now the links are starting to be much more effective than last game. Do you remember that Tavo last game was able to kill all the links with those Hellions? Now these links have been able to trade more efficiently, so I like that. And one very curious thing that I love about Tavo, this is kind of like a deviation, a new variation of this build. He just made double engineer bay. On the other side of the map, we're looking at the exact same thing from the Zerg. He's doing an also double evolution chamber. So both players are going to be focusing down on... Oh, look at those links.
Yeah, a lot of links slipped into the natural base. Not too many worker kills, just some lost mining time. Tavo was able to pull everything away. But there was a nice timing there where the links came in and the Hellions were out on the map. But
look, they're doing more hard work.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, that was close. That was close. He's lost a lot of Zerglings, I know, but I think it's kind of worth it. You scouted everything that everything that the opponent's doing. You were able to kill a couple SCVs, so it's completely fine trade. Now you have to be aware of those Hellions because they can just arrive at any time.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary. Thankfully for RyoGin, the roaches are coming out just in time for the Hellion counterattack. If there was no army, like the Lings, they just died, so it's a little bit difficult to deal with them. Meanwhile, ooh, Tavo, he wanted to maybe dive in, but he was forced back. Maybe he can force a cancel on this base. The Banshee's been here just shelling away at the hatchery for a long time now.
Yeah, and the hatchery is on very low hit points. Even if the hatchery survives, it's gonna be very easy to snipe it down with the bio that Tao is gonna get in a couple more minutes. So that Banshee did a great play, and now it's gonna escape because that Banshee is gonna be important against the roaches if there's any attempt of all-in. And Hellions! The Hellions are trying to get in once again, but RyoGin defending like a god.
Yeah, the Hellions, they do all get cleaned up. Unfortunately, the Banshee did back off to help defend against the Roach run by, so the hatchery's still alive. But as you were saying, it's still very weakened for a follow-up push. Meanwhile, speaking of pushes, 1-1, about to finish up for the Zerg. Roaches are on the way, no more drones.
Oof. Armory on the way too. So this is gonna be this type of macro games that Terrans want to be played, where you get a lot of bio and you go for these hard timing pushes. And now, as you can see, Tavo is trying to do these types of pressure so that it's kind of like a message that you send to the Zerg. It's like, you cannot attack me because if you do, I'm gonna counterattack you. So it's kind of like this mind game in which the Zerg has to be very aware of where he could be attacked. But in reality, Terran does not have many army supply. This is the transition that he's trying to do right now.
Yeah, this is a little bit scary. I don't know if RyoGin has enough for a Ravager here. We'll see as he does bypass the army. He's going to try and dive on top of some of these tanks here. He's taking a lot of shots though. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, and those were some nice shots from Tavo. The tanks are so well positioned. Just look at the positioning of those tanks. They are so effective. It's so hard for the Ravagers to get in. And on the other side of the map, the drop is starting to do a lot of hard work. The Queens must show up with the energy in order to defend that fort phase. And oof, it was very close.
Oh, exactly. The entire Roach Ravager army had to come all the way back home. Ooh, a couple of piles do connect with the medevac. Just barely wasn't enough to take it out. At the same time, another double drop towards the north. Right now, RyoGin, he wanted to attack across the map, but he's being pulled apart. He's forced to stay at home.
Yeah, Tavo is not giving him a minute to breathe. He's just pressuring up. And the Queen is not being transfused. The other Queen gets sniped too. And that was a nice play from Tavo. He was able to abuse that mistake from RyoGin, and now he's in an even worse spot.
Exactly. Especially because, again, like this Roach Ravager doesn't scale the best into the late game. Like, it kind of runs out of usefulness. Meanwhile, oh my god!
Oh my god, that was so close. That was so close. And look, he's got a Ravager on the main. Perhaps there could be a chance.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm just imagining.
No!
That was a nice trade from RyoGin. But unluckily, his third base is not being much defended. What did I say? Look at those roaches. I thought those roaches were gonna die, but no, they're just too strong. Damn.
The roaches are pretty good, mate. They be beefy, and now RyoGin, he's dealt with the drop towards the north. He's swatted away the drop towards the south. He's pushing out once again. We'll see if he can try and deny this base. Yo, there's no tank here on the high ground, so he can push up this ramp.
Yeah, he needs to leave now. He needs the support of the tanks. Otherwise, he's gonna start losing all the Marines. He needs to pull back, and he knows. Unluckily for Tavo, there are so many tanks that could be, they could be on the offensive or at least try to defend that fort base. But no, look at how RyoGin is trying to commit because he already knows that there are just a couple Marines left. But once he does that, he gets baited, and Tavo's looking for that moment. On the other side of the map, he already kills 21 drones, and he's gonna get even this hatchery.
Wow, this drop doing devastating damage. Not just the drop, but also the Banshee towards the northern side of the map as well. Almost gets the hatchery. But again, RyoGin, he wasn't paying attention to this drop. That's why it dealt so much damage. He was trying to force the issue here outside the base, but he just couldn't break through all these tanks.
It was such a good bait. I thought Tavo was doing a mistake because he was like delaying the fort base because of that move. But RyoGin was like, oh, there's only 3 tanks, I can move in. And all of a sudden 6 tanks were shooting all the roaches. And unluckily it was a bad move for RyoGin. Now he's gonna try to make it up, trying to snipe his fort base. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do this. I think he's gonna have to leave. It was a good attempt, but unluckily for him, he's leaving many places unsafe, and he already lost the 5th base.
Yeah, the base went down. It was weakened earlier. Even this base is weakened as well, so it's under threat. Biles are, oh my god, Biles almost connect there
Not
towards
again.
the end. Not again.
Not like this.
Por
Not like
qué? Oh god. In the end, I mean, this will be pushed away, but as you said, the 4th base is defended, and now the tanks reposition. Oh, the Ravagers.
Yeah, and that was such a nice trade for Tavo. He has killed so many Ravagers, and he's still killing drones. That's so nice for Tavo. I don't know how he keeps up with the pressure. How is he so good? So much APM, man. I'm a Protoss player. That's why I'm shocked. I'm like moving a Void Ray and I'm already dying. And this guy's capable of dropping 3 places at the same time. What the heck?
Oh my god, it's absolutely insane. That was just been all over the map, and he's not stopping, right? Another drop here towards the north. Meanwhile, the Roach Ravager tries to push up a ramp into 5 tanks. Oh my, he doesn't even get a single tank. Oh my god.
Oh no, these are just so many bad news for RyoGin right now. He just lost the 4th base. He's still losing drones. He's still losing army supply. The better trades are clearly in favor of Tavo, and he's still gonna keep dropping. He's like non-stop dropping because he knows there's only roaches on the map, so he can do this without any fear.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what the answer to this is? Apparently, Swarm Host? Question mark? I don't know, mate.
It was a mistake. Yeah.
It is only a single token swarm. It happens. Even I do it. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the Marauders just killed everything and they're still alive. They are gonna escape actually. And now a main push is coming towards the 3rd base. I think Tavo can just start using the tanks. There's no possibility of counterattack from RyoGin because his army supply is just too low.
Exactly. Tavo, he is maxed out 200 supply. Right now he's trying to dance with the Roach Ravager being a little bit fancy, but in the reality, like, there's barely anything left. The hatcheries, they're dying. Like, we're down to 3 bases for the Zerg player. He's trying to double expand desperately, but mate, he's listening to the stream. He unsieges. He's ready to go.
Oh yeah, he knows, and unluckily his 4th base is misplaced. Oh, I looked at the 4th base of the Zerg player, and I was like, oh, so sad. The one at the bottom left corner, yeah, that one. Oh my god, I was like, no, man, could have been worse. And now, look at all the amount of siege tanks. It's just insane. Is he playing mech or bio? Can someone answer me that?
Oh my god, he's doing everything right now, playing mech and bio, and it's just too much here for RyoGin to deal with. He's trying his best to try and bio, but GG gets called.
Oh my god, that was such a nice game. That was just dominating. And with that, he's gonna advance forward with a 2-0 lead. And who's he gonna be facing?
Ooh, that is a good question as he moves on in the bracket to the semi-finals. A qualifying match, a best of 5, and we have confirmation it's gonna be up against Eggs.
Oh. So Eggs murdering the Protoss players. Oof. Now let's see if he's able to murder this guy because he's on fire. He's on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Again, if you wanted to tune into Zions versus Eggs, it was casted by Oris over on his channel in Spanish. Just quickly checking, it did go all the way to the ace match. Eggs did win 2-1 versus Zions, so a very intense series there. And now this is gonna be. I'm worried. I'm very worried because Tavo beat the Zerg Lord. That's great and all, but if you watch those games, other than the Roach Ravager game, like they were pretty like macro-oriented games. Eggs. The good thing about Eggs, back when he was at his peak, mate, he can play macro or he can just cheese you. Like, he doesn't care. Like, he has so much available to him. Like, he's so versatile in his ZVT.
Indeed. And perhaps X is the type of guy that always looks at the history matches from the opponent, so he can have some idea of what the build orders of the opponents are. I think he's gonna see what Tavo has been doing the whole tournament. He's gonna already start developing an answer to it, because not even the Zerglord was able to defeat that very nice made up build. And now let's see if X got a good cheese or perhaps a good macro opener in order to play against this with even hands.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Eggs at his peak in 2020, like, I have to favor Eggs 100%. But as you were saying before, like, Eggs this year in 2021, he did step away from the game a little bit. Like, he hasn't been prioritizing it as much as he has in the years previously. So because of that, it's not Eggs at 100%, it's not like the 6k plus player that we've seen before. He is a little bit weaker as a result, so this is a lot more. I do think that this is still going to be a little bit closer.